Yeah, man. So look here, man.
There it
What up?
is.
What it up?
What it
Man,
do, man? Happy New Year, bro.
look, happy St.
Have
Patrick's
we
Day.
have we have we been on here this year? It feels like we haven't been on here this year.
Uh hello folks. I
No, you
think
know
we
what? We
have.
did we
I
did
think
we
yeah.
did one for Super Wild Card weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
And then the yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, it's just
And,
it's been a whirlwind for me the last 2 months or so.
and look, as y'all can see, I'm representing.
Giddy up.
Oh man, I should wear my shirt.
But look, man, um, you, we gonna start off with John Morant, man, because this dude, and I text y'all about it. I'm like, why, when young black athletes get that bag and they come from the hood, they feel they have to go back and stay in the hood and stay in that mode. Don't you understand that they're in a different tax bracket?
They don't care. They don't. No, they don't understand. That's the thing. They don't understand, and they have people around them that don't make it easy for them to understand. And it's also not helping him that he's teammates with that fake thug Dylan Brooks. I mean,
But
go ahead.
Go
all
ahead, K
Dylan
man.
Brooks all Dylan Brooks antics are on the court though.
Yeah, for all we know, he could really be thuggish ruggish ball.
Yeah,
Look,
not as light as he is in the dark. I'm sorry.
but look.
Memphis
You never
PD
know.
was spot him a mile away.
Look. You never know. He might be making them late night trips to Magic City and back.
Yeah, I mean he's all right. Anybody can go to a strip club, but
I mean, I'm assuming Memphis got their own set.
yeah,
That is just lovely.
yeah. My thing with Ja is like who are you trying to at you as a superstar, as a legit superstar in the NBA? Who are you trying to fit in with?
Well, B, you got to understand. A lot of these kids, man, like I said, number one, they don't understand that they're in a different tax bracket. Number two, they make promises to people that I bet you when he was balling, hey man, you gonna change, man. You gonna get that money, you change. We ain't gonna see you no more. Nah, man, I'm gonna be the same. No, I ain't changing for nothing. They gotta prove it. When the ish hit the fan and he seen all the trouble he got into, reality set in. It's
Yeah,
like, oh yeah,
But as Uncle Shannon said, he ain't no thug.
no,
He ain't from the hood. Like, he grew up with both parents. He grew up in the suburbs. He went, I don't know where this is coming from. Like, LeBron James is from Akron.
right.
Kevin Durant is from District Heights. I mean,
yeah. This is how Susan, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
come on. And
right.
yet nothing. Just annoying on the court, but nothing. He is faking something that
Well,
is, I don't know what's, first of all, no one cares about street cred. No one, LeBron changed everything. KD changed everything. The street cred era is over. That was
Yeah,
Allen and Stephon Marbury era.
yeah.
So I don't know who he's doing this for. And you know what? I would say this. Maybe KD and LeBron, this is social media era. They came in the game, it wasn't social media out there.
right.
You faking the funk
Well, true,
for people you don't know and bots.
but you see that's when he needs. If he came from a two-parent household, my kid, I would have got him like a couple of bodyguards. Dude, you in a different tax bracket. People going to be aiming for you, making sure you mess up, so you can put yourself out there, cause
Right.
you more money, lawsuits, and then give yourself a bad name. And then possibly when you give yourself a bad name, you got to understand you're in a business now. The NBA is a business. You can't act like that with your employer. They're gonna. He's been suspended 8 games probably without pay.
My thing is, what kind of upbringing did his dad have? Because we see from time to time where parents of professional athletes can tend to live through their offspring. So by when we were texting before about this, I told y'all that it appears as though T Morant is more like a brother to Ja than a father, because there's no leadership, there's no guidance taking place. You don't
Well,
see and I don't know what conversations go on at home or
true,
No.
true.
off the basketball court, but I'm going off of how I see T Morant act on at courtside. And he portrays this image like, this fake wannabe 50-year-old thug, or however old he is.
He
And his
portrays an
son is
image.
playing right into it.
Portrays an image of you one of the crew, not his daddy, and that's
Yeah.
to me that's what looked bad.
Yeah.
Because I remember Shaq's dad at the game, and Shaq dad looked like a dad. Say what you want about Tiger Woods' daddy, he looked like a daddy. So it's it's a certain like a parent, how you look at your child and you critique without saying anything. He looked like a fanboy. That's what it looks like to me. And if you're a fanboy for the breadwinner, are you going to discipline the breadwinner?
Yeah.
And to me, that's the key point. Be a father. At the same time, you can be a father and a friend, but you need to make sure that your kid understands what consequences are. Make sure he understands, because when you do an action, there's going to be a reaction to it.
Yeah.
And like I said, when a lot of young, let's say black kids get that money, they feel invincible, like they can do
Right.
anything.
Right.
Yeah, and the last thing I'm going to say on this is as much as he had problems after the whole suspension, he sold a bunch of shoes, and also he got that Nike deal because Nike got rid of Kyrie, and all Kyrie did was send out an Amazon post.
Right.
He ain't. Did you hear him
Right.
allegedly infrareds at the Indiana Pacers? Him in a club with that with as Arsenio Hall said to his man, "What you gonna do with that little thing? Stop shooting that little." And like, I mean, if you're gonna brandish a gun, sir, brandish a gun.
Right.
Well, look. First of all,
Exactly.
how did he get the gun in the club? He that famous? He just bypassed security.
Yes. Remember Plexico
Yeah.
Burris? Remember Plexico
But look,
Burris?
what did that?
But it
Man,
wasn't his though.
Who?
still,
That
still,
wasn't John's gun.
I know.
but still, he was there with the crew. And what did I just say earlier? With that bag, they have to try to portray this image that they're tough, and because of who they are, they get free passes to get into stuff.
Once again, I watched that video from 20 years ago.
I know you're talking about.
Rap City the Basement, and LeBron was sitting with his crew, and it wasn't like we ain't thugs.
Right.
This guy does this, this guy does this, this guy does this. 20 years later, you see what these guys are.
Yep.
So, and LeBron ain't the only one that got a crew. Everybody got a crew around you.
Right.
And some tell me, suburb going Ja try to get some dudes from the inner city, and it's just not a good look.
Now look, we're gonna go off job. We're gonna go to our boy from Miami. What do you think his crew is telling him about the deal he should do with the Ravens, man?
Well, he's speaking to a crew because he ain't got no agent. And we talking one about Lamar Dookie Jackson.
Well, wait a minute. Here's the question to y'all: the kind of money he stands to make, don't you think it would be wise to get an agent so the agent can handle all that stuff for him and get him more money, possibly?
I mean, I've already said this before.
Yeah, I mean, everybody can't be Richard Sherman. Everybody's not Richard Sherman. Everybody doesn't have Richard Sherman brains. Everybody doesn't have Richard Sherman strategy and know-how when it comes to representing yourself.
And a degree from Stanford.
Exactly. Exactly. So, and I'm not, shoving my nose up at Dookie's Louisville education, but I'm pretty sure that he didn't learn how to negotiate when hundreds of millions of dollars are on the line.
Now with Bobby Petrino as his head coach.
Yeah, he was instead of money, he was negotiating whether he would take the light skinned one or the brown one.
He's, yes.
But yeah, I you always need an agent. I encourage anybody.
Yeah.
Get an agent. Get somebody. Vet them. Get somebody you can trust, and just get an agent, bro. Because and I'm not saying that him having an agent would have made the deal, made it a done deal by now, but it just protects you because the league is already up against you. The
Yes.
league is already up against you. So having that buffer, having that barrier would help you out.
The NFLPA has a list of qualified agents, and they're a list that he can easily, readily get,
Yeah.
especially after finding out that he was offered 3 years, 133 fully,
I know fully.
fully guaranteed, which is a deal. Before it came out, I sent y'all in a text. I would, if I was him, I would do a deal like that and then come back and get these fools again. If I was advising him, I would take this deal because this deal allows you to ball out for 2 years and then to get them back at the table and make them pay for not giving you 5 years.
Exactly.
I understand you want the 5, but it's like the 5 comes off as ego.
Right.
Look, K man, good point. I would have took the deal, got the 130 million, right, and then come back to the table. Even if they want to franchise him that third year, how much would that tag be about a year? But by that time, he about maybe 50, 60 million.
Yes, because that's 20. It's 2 years from now. It's 2020. It's 2025. Joe Burrow would have set something. I think Pancake Batterface would have probably redone his deal in Kansas City. So yeah. Oh, and Herbert would have. Yeah.
And probably Jalen Hurts
First
probably
of
would
all,
have got something.
whoa. First of all, you ain't gonna just skate. You ain't gonna just skate by this pancake batter face comment like that.
He do look a little pasty.
And sounds like Kermit the Frog.
Oh man. Wow.
But I would have
That's a good
if I was Lamar, that's what I would do, K man, what you just said.
Yeah, because I think it's a distraction, and you are trying to do something that, okay, what's name was traded, and the owner for the Browns already is not loved. The NFL does not want to give that.
Yeah.
I mean, literally 3 days after that deal happened, your boss said, "I hate this deal," and it makes it more complicated.
Right.
And all the NFL's like he's off limits because this is a cabal. This is a cabal of 32 individuals who are not trying to set a precedent
Yeah.
of guaranteed contracts.
And I told y'all that, I texted y'all that, I said the owners are not going to go for that because you'll see a domino effect. It'll be just like it'll be the NBA.
It's a cartel. It's literally a cartel. They're literally a cartel. Just like OPEC with gas, just like Nemeni with the white girl. This is a cartel, and you're upsetting the pricing of our goods.
And it's just it's amazing how you see one team come out and say we're out on Lamar. As soon as you see that one team come out, here come all the others. So and so out on Lamar. Atlanta's out on Lamar. We're out on Lamar. We don't want anything to do. And it's like they're villainizing this man for wanting his money.
And
a league MVP.
And their television partners are doing the same. Their mouthpiece.
Exactly.
This is what it is. Who was the last black quarterback to try to make a stance and do something?
Oh,
Cap,
straight
Cap,
backs, straight backs. Yeah,
Cap. And look what happened to him.
Football version of straight backs. Yeah, yeah,
Look what
yeah.
look what happened to
You
him.
want one tonight?
Oh, absolutely.
Some of all these condensed time frames just bring the best out of you, and the worst.
But no, yeah. And you see how they did.
Exactly, K man. You see how they did it.
You see how they did him.
Yep.
When John Gruden said when he came back and picked Nate Peterman, the same Nate Peterman that threw 4 interceptions in 3 quarters, it's like, yeah, he's a bad. It's like, okay, that is the directive has been put out, and because the NFL knows and they've been scouting, they all know. They're like, look, we can keep him out for 4 years. We'll have enough quarterbacks come in that it won't be viable for him, and that's the thing about it. And so the directive came out against Lamar. That's why the 133 sounds like a great deal, in my opinion.
I would have took it. But K man, to your point, what you just said, and I found it strange because as soon as they say he was available, all these teams came out and said, "No, we don't want to know. We don't know."
Yeah, because
that told me the owners and told them GMs, let's put it out there now. He's not going to railroad us into being NBA.
Right.
some of these tech savvy old geezers are in the group chat and they're like, nope, nope,
yeah.
nope, nope.
Oh,
and if they're not, the GMs damn sure are.
Yep.
And,
yeah.
and that's and like I said, I hope they don't do him like my man Cap, man, because
No, they're not. He's too much of a talent, but he needs to understand.
what
Getting one to 133 guaranteed
Yeah.
is moving it forward.
well B. Let me ask you this, B.
Yeah.
Because I heard all this stuff, like what K-Man was saying, the GMs and the owners, and all of them were saying this, that the reason they didn't want to take a chance on him, B, was because he runs too much, and last season he was hurt too much. We don't want to put all that money into this guy. Do you think they're doing that because he's a black quarterback and runs?
I mean, no, you said it because he's black. You could have stopped there.
Yes.
You could have just stopped there.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, and see, and you mentioned y'all were mentioning Cap, but see, the thing about Cap is that was when the political climate was at its climax.
Yes.
Well, true.
When idiot was in office,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
and now Lamar's situation is everything but political.
Yes.
This is just a matter of a supreme talent who deserves to be paid, but the team is playing hardball.
And I will say this in the Cap situation. What happened to him was political, and the NFL got a lot of flack for it. But the NFL would have looked really good if they'd have kept him, especially what happened in 2020 in Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just saying that was a terrible move by them, and they still are having. They have long-term ramifications because their fan base is still old.
Yeah.
And more of these kids are going to soccer and more of them going to basketball. And that's why you notice all these new stadiums are like 60,000. They're no more 70,000. See, they're like 60,000.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point, man. All right, man.
But I would say this.
I
would say one more thing about LeBron. And someone said this on Twitter, but when they highlight a clip of Adam Schefter and them talking, it was Adam Schefter and the mic that no one likes, because we all love Golick. We didn't like the other mic.
Yeah.
But every time they were talking about Lamar and they were showing his B-roll, it was all running plays.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yet.
Well, hold on. They show one passing play. One passing play.
But if we go to Allen up in Buffalo, who runs just as much, you'll show all throwing and some running. So they're trying to paint a narrative.
Mm-hmm.
Good point.
Yep.
I can't argue that one. Yeah, because you're right, kid, man. All the highlights I seen, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true. All right, man. Let's talk about your boy, man.
All right,
Hey, my boy.
Mr. Relax. Look, I already knew I already knew he wasn't gonna be back in Green Bay. I already knew that.
They hate him.
They didn't. Yeah,
They don't like him.
essentially that's it. And 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 we can juxtapose him to Lamar. No one is saying diddly about him forcing his way to get a contract. Remember, this man interrupted the NFL draft by saying he wanted out, and then he's been doing this. He get this $50 million, and now he's trying to get out. And I sent y'all a video where Lil Wayne said he's Brett. He was always talking about he's Brett. He is
Turn to
Brett.
Brett Favre.
Yeah.
He's Brett Favre. But the media laps it up, but they villainize the kid.
Right.
Yeah,
And no,
you got to think, K man. Aaron Rodgers is an American, almost like an American icon to some people.
To Green Bay.
to Green Bay.
Don't nobody outside of Green Bay, Wisconsin like this man. That's why I'm looking forward to him going to the Jets.
Because he ain't built for New York. He ain't built for those back. He ain't built for those back pages.
Daniel Jones is more suited for New York than Aaron Rodgers is.
Exactly. Because you got to think, man. To be in that New York market, it's the toughest market probably in the world. And you got to think, y'all heard New Yorkers talk. They yell every time. Everything is yelling.
I work with two.
Look, Aaron Rodgers doesn't yell. I've never seen him yell.
I've seen him yell. I've seen him yell and berate his young wide receivers.
Yeah.
when they when they ran the wrong route or when they dropped the ball or whatnot.
Yeah. And then
you never caught him doing that to any of the veterans.
But when you got four radio sports radio stations and all those back pages commenting on all the stuff you do, he ain't built for that. And the second thing, why are we doing this for him? He's regular season like a mug.
Yeah.
And in all his regular season, he's still not the greatest regular season quarterback because he's only been to the last time he was in the Super Bowl was 12 years ago.
I know, right?
12 years ago.
Yeah. Man.
It's about stats and money. That's all it is. And yet the media wants to talk about this kid who was drafted in 2018 versus this douche who was drafted in 07. No, 06. No, I'm sorry. No, it's 5.
Yeah, because that was the
Alex Smith.
That was the Alex Smith draft. And wasn't that the Roethlisberger draft too? Or was Roethlisberger the year before?
04.
Okay,
I think the year before. Yeah, year before.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Roethlisberger was with what's the name? With Rivers and Eli.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All right, man.
Yeah.
Give y'all a little snippet.
This quick hitter.
Short but sweet.
Yep.
And you know what? These might work though. I noticed the viewers shot up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all. I've been telling y'all this.
Only thing is Sean's date night is Friday night, and this is typically our family night. Wifey in class. That's the only reason why I'm here.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, we need I would love a PTI clock because that thing has been running for 20 years and that thing works.
Right.
Look, on Friday night, my window is 7 p.m. to like 7:50.
Yeah.
In that window, 8 o'clock we start. That's when we start.
You know what? It might be where I try to get maybe 30 minutes on a Friday night. I don't know. But I'm gonna holler at y'all.
All right, man. This 24 minutes of gold. Enjoy it. Thank y'all for watching.
Holla.
Peace.
Holla.